Sanjiv Singhal, CMD of Mazagon Dock, is joining us to discuss the numbers. The stock is trading higher. Sanjiv, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. It appears to be a strong Q4 for you this time round. You have exceeded your guidance, but you know, Vinny and I were just discussing sometimes your kind of business. Can it be? Will it be fair to be analyzed on a quarter-on-quarter basis, or is it better to look at a yearly performance?
Yeah, this I have been telling earlier also. Considering the nature of the business, it becomes very difficult to compare on a quarter-to-quarter basis. Even an year-to-year comparison would be a difficult one. Because in shipbuilding industry, we follow a S curve. In case of Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Ltd, fortunately, because we are having a couple of orders, Project 17 Bravo comprising of 4 number of destroyers, Project 17 Alpha again comprising of 4 number of stealth frigates, and P-75 comprising of Scorpion submarines, 6 in numbers. So there is a certain overlap between various projects, which provides a certain degree of smoothing. Otherwise, if you have a single project, then it becomes very difficult, and year to year, the spikes and troughs could be very significant.
Right, Mr. Singhal. You know, let's just talk about numbers and more specifically in terms of that as well. What should we be expecting from the company in terms of your guidance, which has been better? You have already performed better than what your guidance is. So going forward, you know, given that, you know, your business is as such a long-term business, how do you give and how do you think of maintaining this guidance 25%, or should we expect an uptick there?
I would say a couple of factors are there which have led to a revenue increase more than what was guidance was given by the company. One of the major factors has been that we have received a refund of liquidated damages, which was charged by Navy on one of the boats, that is the submarines which were delivered, submarine number 2. Considering that we have similar kind of requests with respect to boat number 3, boat number 4, and boat number 5, which have already been delivered, and LD has been levied on us. We expect now that going forward, this template is now established. So we have received a refund of LD for boat number 2. So we expect in due course of time, we would be receiving LD refunds for boat number 3, 4, 5 also. Although it is very difficult to time it, as this would depend upon the deliberations and approvals between MDL, Navy, and the Ministry of Defense. So this could be one factor which would have certain bearing on the projections. Going ahead, considering that we are already approximately 35% more than last year, a similar kind of tempo would not be possible to maintain. But at the same time, right now it is a bit too early in the year. We have almost 10 months ahead of us. As of now, we can give a guidance of around 8 to 10% over the numbers of 2023. Going forward, maybe these guidance can be refined further.
So that's a very important point you made. You're making a point that from here on, if you look at the annual numbers, 8 to 10% growth is fair to estimate. Anything more than that would not be right. I want to understand, are you on run rate to clock, say, almost 12,000 crore on top line, 1,400 crore on profits? And do you have any further levers to improve your margins on a sustainable basis, talking annually?
On a sustainable basis, we have discussed that in case of shipbuilding contracts, around 50% of the component is the fixed cost component and 50% is variable. On the variable cost component, the margins are broadly pegged at 7.5% to 8%. So I don't see much of a play in that area. But as far as the fixed cost component is concerned, which is 50 to 52% of the total contract value, yes, efficiencies definitely contribute. Seen that there have been cost reductions compared to at what the cost was projected at the time of bagging the contracts. Efficiencies have been there, certain processes have improved. We have gone for parallel construction, we have gone for integrated construction. So these definitely have a positive effect on the execution of the contracts. Going ahead also, this benefit, I believe, would continue to the organization.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now, giving us an understanding on what should we be expecting from the company going forward as well.
Thank you. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you
very much.
And